Hello everyone, it's Sharon here from I Restore Stuff. If you're watching the replay, comment the word replay for a chance to win some prizes. Thanks so much for joining me here on Essential Stencils page. And let's get started with another great DIY stencil project. How are you today? As you're jumping on, let me know where you're watching from. I'm from Australia, and if you've never been here before, I'd love to know that too. If you've never watched one of our lives, let us know. The ambassadors love to give their best stenciling tips. And hi Deborah, hi Kimberly, Dawn. Good to see you all this morning. I say this morning, it's probably nighttime for you guys. Most of you are in the USA. So today I'm going to be doing a stenciling project, a sign that's about this big. And this board is another upcycled piece of timber. And I know that I've heard in the USA the cost of timber is getting really expensive. So now is the time to recycle. If you see an old, an ugly TV stand that you think no one's ever going to want that for anything else, and it's free, grab it, knock it all apart. This is a shelf, one of those long shelves from a TV cabinet. Cut it up, make signs out of it. Cut the backings up, make signs out of it. I've done that for a few different projects. So hi Rhonda, hi Deb and Candy, Janice. Good to see you all this fine day. It's a beautiful day here today. Yesterday I went live over on my page. If you've not been there, you can follow me over at I Restore Stuff. And I went live over there to show you a bunch of how I actually prep signboards, and I painted this one with a roller. So in Australia, I stock a number of paint brands and DIY products here that I sell within Australia. So I was showing people how I just roller all these different signboards. And if you check that out, you'll see some other upcycling ideas for signs. I found the backing from an old TV cabinet was made of VJ boards, the ones that click together, kind of tongue and groove ones. Cut those all up, and I've done a few signs like that. So today's stencil that we're going to be using is this one. The name on the stencil says Bless the Food, and so Essential Stencil will put that up pin it to the comments at the top there. But whenever you're purchasing some stencils from Essential Stencil, use a code. So my ambassador code is I Restore Stuff, and that saves you 10% every time you shop with them. So this one has it's a 2-pack set. Comes with this one that says Bless the food before us, the family beside us, and the love between us. Amen. And then, Linda says lumber is getting ridiculously high there. And this one, you can't see it because of the little instruction that's in there, but I'll read the other ones. Take them out. The other one's a scripture verse from Acts 2, verse 46, which says, "They broke bread in their homes and ate together with glad and sincere hearts." Very cute. So the one thing that I wanted to show you today was how to create a faux denim look. If you saw my sneak peek of that on my page, and also I posted it in the Stencil of the Month Club group, a little peek of what I'll be doing. The size, I'll just let you know, the size is 16 by 12. So these stencil sets are all 16 by 12. Here's another one that would be great, perfect for this size signboard. So I just cut my board to the 16 by 12 size. These are one of the newer sets that will also fit as well, which is beautiful sayings. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. And I noticed there's only a few of this set left in the Essential Stencil online shop. So if you wanted that one, grab it. Let all that you do be done in love. And so those are gorgeous as well. But today we'll be using the other one. Be Blessed, I think it's called. Now, if you saw my sneak peek yesterday, here's what we're going to be working on today. So stay tuned, and let's see if I can get a closer look at that. Kind of looks like denim. Can you see the stripiness of that there? Oh, it's so hard to do this when I've flipped the camera back to front. Anyway, I've just done this on a demo board, and I want to show you how you can achieve that denim look, but also I wanted to practice on some other colors, because I've got that with a true denim blue, but I want to try a light blue, like for a stonewash denim look, or what about even black, using that. So let's get started. We'll do it on our real board down here, board size 12 by 16. Before I do, did anyone get their Stencil of the Month Club set yet? I'm not going to be using it today, but I will be doing a demo sometime in the near future. Here is the Stencil of the Month Club. Nice, cute, summery images. So got that to play with, and I love this pattern. Can you imagine that? They've got the demo on a cushion there, but that would look great as a background for all sorts of signs. Just thought I'd bring that out to show you. I feel like I've got something weird happening with my hair here. There it is. I see that on the camera and I'm just going, what is going on? All right, pointing you down now, so let's get on with the project. So for this denim look, I'm going to be using a navy blue color. And this is, you can use this with any furniture paint or any acrylic paint you've got on hand. I'm using a colour called Regatta, which is a dark navy blue, but you can use it with, other kinds of blue as well. Sorry, I'm just going to pop my live on here, an essential stencil. Let me see if I can see it on my laptop so I can make sure that, if you're not in the Stencil of the Month Club yet, they send you out a different stencil set, a set of 3 stencils every month, and then there's an add-on or a bonus, which is what the leaves were, that leaf pattern, that was the add-on. So you can opt to get that or not in the Stencil of the Month Club. But if you join using my code, I restore stuff, you'll get 50% off your first month for joining. So that's always fun. There I am. Going to pop this on so I can see comments on the side here as well. Let me show you that color. And the other thing you're going to need is a glaze. Now you don't need it. For this one, let me show you. I didn't use the glaze, but then I read another blog post that suggested using glaze to thin it out. So I'm going to use the glaze this morning. So you can get this glaze, you can get Artisan's glaze, Fusion Mineral Paint has a glaze. I do have a lot of these things in my Amazon store, which has a lot of stenciling supplies and tools that I use for my furniture painting, etc. So you can use that. It just kind of thins out the paint a little bit to make it more workable. And my board is quite rustic. It's got some dings and bits and pieces in it, but the first thing you want to do is paint your board white, completely white. So I've just used Artisan mineral paint in the color Cotton, and that's what you want to use for your base, because that's what happens is that this is the base here, and that little white streaks kind of show through there. So I'm going to tip just the slightest bit in here. We really don't need a lot. Maybe I need more than that. But I am going to be thinning it out with the, I'll grab a brush. I used this one yesterday for my demo, so I've had this brush in a plastic bag. It's got the paint on it already, and that way it doesn't dry out. Tricky. And then we just want to add a little bit of glaze. Now the ratio of glaze is kind of up to you. It's a little bit experimental. I always put much less glaze, maybe 1 teaspoon of glaze to 1 teaspoon of glaze to 1 tablespoon of paint. Does that make sense? So I guess that's about 1 part to 4 or 1 to 3, something like that. It's all a little bit of guesswork and experimenting. And you can experiment with this on cardboard or just a really thin piece of plyboard that I've used here, just to try and have a go before you actually do your piece. So Rhonda's asking, what does the glaze do? So glazed finishes are one of the funnest finishes that I've discovered. It's really effective on furniture pieces to get in the grooves and the details, and then you wipe it back. But that's not what we're using it for today. I've actually got a really good glazing video. If you go to my YouTube channel, which is, if you go to YouTube, I restore stuff on YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, everywhere. If you go to I Restore Stuff on YouTube and find my It's my welcome video actually. It's one of the most popular ones that I've done on, and it's on glazing and how to use glaze on furniture. It's a really lovely product. So it just kind of thins it down. It also gives it a little bit more working time. So what I'm going to do now is I've mixed that glaze in with the paint. It doesn't change the colour at all. And I'm going to just actually paint this on the entire board. I'm just going to leave the edges for now and just work on the top to show you the effect. How are we all going today? How do we get your lives on your projects, not your lives on ES? So Mary, if you want to see any of my other lives, you go to my page, I Restore Stuff on Facebook, and you go to the notifications there and just hit the, you want to see all notifications, and that'll give you a notification whenever I'm live. It'll give you a notification whenever I've posted something interesting or a tutorial video. So that's where you can find me there. So you only need one coat of this because we're using it as an effect. It's not like we're trying to get a good coverage, a good solid coverage like you would on a piece of furniture for this denim look. But we'll do it on the board, and then I want to experiment with some other colours on the other side of this white. So remember, you do your white, then we've got our navy blue, and this is a super easy way to just create a bit of an effect on, you could do this on furniture, you could do it on walls, and right now we're doing it on the backing of a signboard. So I'm just going to make that coverage really good there, and you want to work fairly quickly because the glaze is, and the paint dries fast. So there it is, just showing you there. See how it's kind of patchy? It doesn't matter because we're going to be doing this. Now just choose any brush. I had one here yesterday that I used that was kind of quite bristly, and you want something with a little bit more open bristles to get this denim effect, not a nice smooth painting brush. So a chip brush maybe, but one that's, so some people, if they're doing this on the walls, will use a straw broom, and that gives a really good effect. But what we're going to do is drag that now across. Can you see that? We're dragging it, and probably should wipe off the brush a bit when I've done these strokes. So nice big long strokes. You want to go the full length. I'm going to offload that brush. I'm just showing you how to get a denim effect. I have to hold it down so I can see it. Now I've done my long weave, but how many of you know that it does have a weave pattern? So on this one, on my experimental board, I only went one way. But I'm going to try and experiment with this one and go across ways as well, to see if we can get some of that weaving look happening. Turning my brush around every now and then. Now I'm pressing ever so gently, and it's a matter of experimenting, as with everything. Have a play with it until you think it looks right. So I'm going to hold that up. So see how I've just done the upward strokes, but now I've done the downward and the across strokes as well. So you can see that kind of looks like denim. Hopefully that light isn't shining too much there, and you can get that effect that I'm trying to create. You can feel that the paint's starting to dry. Going all the way to the end in one long stroke. So don't stop and start, otherwise you'll get lines and things all over it. So once you've started at the end, keep going all the way to the end. So I have seen this effect done on walls really nicely. Just going to go again once up here. Oops. I feel like now I've got too much paint on the brush. You really do need a dry brush. Sorry I can't catch your comments just at the moment. Here I am stopping. Whoops. I feel like that kind of went a little bit too, oh, and I've got a bristle, there we go. Okay, I want to just do some upward strokes again. Nice and gently. Just play around with it until you've got the right amount of weave, I suppose you'd call it, on that denim look. Once more across, see how we go. And if you use quite a, I guess you'd call it a stiff broom or a stiff brush, you get some lovely, you get more, the sparser the bristles are is probably the better, you'd get more lines. Now I can see a little white dot right there, and probably would fill that in with a tiny piece of, whoops, okay, so can you see that effect there? So let's have a play with that. I'm going to put that over here so that can dry, so that my stencil can be able to go on it. I'm just turning my fan on here so that that dries in time for us to stencil it. So that's the navy. I'd love to try that with some other colours. So I'm just going to pop that wet brush in plastic so that it doesn't dry out. Hopefully that's not too noisy for you. Let me just see if I can pop and answer any questions. Let me know if you've got any. Tyra says she can't wait to try it. Today there'll be bonus prizes, guys. Okay, so an announcement. If you see that pinned comment at the top there, Essential Stencils giving a bonus prize if we reach 300 live viewers today. So if you haven't done so already, you can sprinkle this. Hit that little share button. I'd love you to do so. In fact, I'm going to go and share that to my group. I've got a page and a group, I Restore Stuff, and we will come and we are going to do next some different colours. I've got a gorgeous Hampton blue colour. Got to just change this over here. So my group is I Restore Stuff. I'm just going to do this really quickly. You can too. Create the post and hit the post button. Done. That was how quick it was to share that live. Now I can see, oh, thank you so much, Tyra, for sprinkling. All right. This is called Hampton Blue, and it's a lovely pale, it's sort of more of a pale blue, and I thought that would look like a nice stone wash. Do you call it stone wash? It's almost like a whitewash denim if we try this effect with that colour. So let's have a look. And it's all, like I said, a matter of just playing around with colours, playing around with your brush strokes, play around with different types of brushes. I got a few different types of brushes. I might even try with this brush today. I popped that on this kind. I don't know if any of you have got one of these, but I have one of those in my Amazon store, if you have a look there for that. All right, so again, pop you down here so we can see what we're doing. I'm going to go on this board. We're going to use this lovely denim colour, and I'm going to pop a little tiny bit. Oh gosh, that's way too much. I'm going to put a lot back because we're literally just doing a stripe on this board. I don't need to do a whole board today. So let's have a look without the glaze, okay? So without the glaze, all it's doing is just adding, I suppose, just a little bit thicker to the colour. So let me just add this on here. Now the grain of the wood is going this way, and I'm actually laying my paint on this way, but that doesn't matter. I could have just dipped my brush straight into the jar, I suppose. Although I do know that it is much better to decant your paint into a little tin. I don't always do that. And the reason people do that, here's a painter's tip for you, is because it can contaminate the paint. So if you've got a dirty brush painting on a dirty surface or whatever, and you're dipping that paintbrush back in here, it can get dirt and different things in it. So, okay, oops. So I've lightly painted my Hampton blue colour, and again, this is just the Artisan brand that I carry here in Australia. So if you're from Australia, you can grab that in my Irish store shop. So that's it, just painted on. Now I want to do the dragging with that brush to see if I can get that effect. I could even use the same brush, but I want to try and use a bit of a drier brush and see how that goes. And on here, I think I'll use black and see how we go with using it as black. This is quite a stiff brush. Let me see. How are we going? I'm not seeing comments now for some reason. Okay, dragging my dry brush all across the surface. You can see how I've done that. If it feels like it's not really taking any paint off, because what you want to do is see that white underneath. So I'm sort of seeing the white, but I really need to dry that brush off. Dragging it across till you see that white coming through. And now I'm going to go the crossways to get that weave happening. Let me drag it up. And now I'm seeing mostly it going this way. So I want to just lightly do a drag across, up, I think I'm trying to say. So just keep practicing at across versus down to get that nice denim weave. Let's see how I do there. I'm not sure if you can see that clearly. Hoping you can see the little grainy look there. There's the navy blue. And it's kind of got, it probably looks better in person. Yeah, I love those colours too. Actually, they look nice blended together. Oop. Now let's try that black. See if we can get black over here. What other colours would you try with this? I'd love to know. Well, for some reason my comments have stopped over there. I can still see some coming up on my phone, but it doesn't always have them all. All right. Again, you can use the glaze to thin it out, or you can just do it straight. I feel like it still worked out okay doing it that way. And I'll need to get a different brush. Now this time I might try a stencil brush, because they can be quite bristly. And that one's an old stencil brush. It's not a good quality essential stencil brush, this one. So I'm just using that because it feels a little bit more straw-like, whereas the essential stencil brushes, and these are in the essential stencil shop as well, these are a little bit more soft and supple. Okay, but first I have to paint it on. I did bring I left my water container. So I just need any brush to brush it on with. And here we go again. So just brushing the paint on as normal, as you normally would. Imagine lighter colours. And we've done that light blue, but you could really do this in... Now, I wanted to tell you too about another way that you can get that denim effect, and that is by pressing literal, actual denim onto your paint surface with a white background. Paint your surface blue or whatever colour you like to create a denim effect, and then get an old pair of jeans and just lay them on top, press it into the surface. And I actually did that exact technique on another live, I think it was last year or the year before. So if you go right here to the Essential Stencil videos here on the page, you'll be able to see that technique too. That is a lot of fun. Using fabric to just press into the surface to get the same look as that fabric. You can even get the pockets of the jeans and press it in there, and it creates a lovely look. I don't have spare jeans on hand right now. Don't forget there are bonus prizes. We've nearly got up to 300. We've got 20 more to go. All right, so where's another brush? Because I've used this one for the blue, although it is kind of, I think that could work. but I was going to use this because it's kind of got prickly bristles. So let's see how we go with that one. Once again, just dragging, I've got to put it on the surface so I can steady it. Dragging that through the surface like so, and rubbing it off. So you can see how that having that white base actually makes the surface so you can see it through the black. I'm dragging it off. Whoops, my thumb wet with the glue. So this is our downward strokes. And it's just a matter of what's your preference, because I actually just did the single stroke on this one, but I've done the down and across strokes on this one, as we did with our signboard that we'll be doing in a minute. So and then just going across really gently, so you can kind of see those downward strokes. This works really well on walls. I don't know if you've seen it done on a wall before. I'll go back this way. So you can basically use any of those techniques that you've seen on. Like I said, go right across, otherwise you ruin your pattern and you have these start-stop lines. So let's try that again. It's not too bad. I'm trying to see how see, I've done the across lines there, and these ones I'm all going that way, so I love experimenting and trying new things. Now it seems like it's all going one way again. Let's give this brush a go again and just see how it works. I think I like that. Now you can kind of see both weaves. I'm not sure if you can see that really well. See how you can kind of see those both weaves in the crisscross? Thanks, Celia, so much for sharing. Yeah, and there's the Hampton's blue. So it kind of looks like that light coloured denim, you know, that faded denim look. And then you've got your true denim look with the navy blue colours. So you can use that with royal blue, navy blue. There's black denim right there. So hopefully you can see that effect. And that is how you create a faux denim look. Well, one of the ways, and like I mentioned before, check out that other video for how I did the, well, let me see, I'm just making sure that's all dry. Here we go. Here's our one that we did earlier. Yeah, check out the other video. In my in Essential Stencils Facebook page, there's a whole video section, okay? And you can see any of the ambassadors have their own playlists within there. So anything that you think, oh, I remember Sharon did this one that was, you know, such and such, go to my playlist and you'll probably find it right there. Have a little look through. Okay, here's the one we did earlier. This is the one all ready for our stencil now to go on the top. So I'll leave this down here so you can kind of see it. There we go. So you can see the different ones that we're doing. I think, got this all over my fingers. Thank you guys so much for sprinkling the love and sharing our lives. And at the end of the live, don't forget, Essential Stencil is going to pick 3 lucky winners to win stencils. Now, I haven't painted the sides here, you can see that, and I think I will do that later. I'll just probably paint it with just the blue. Oh, I could still just do that denim effect on the side, couldn't I? Now, I've got that little white dot here that was a nail hole or a ding or something, and the denim didn't go across it. So I'll take a little tiny brush later on and fill that one in as well. But here it is. We want to center our stencil as best we can on the board. And the size of the board again is 12 by 6 inches. You could tape that down, and maybe I will. I can tape it on this side. So we'll do that with our painter's tape to make sure it's all sitting in the right spot. How are you guys all going for Mother's Day? Are you spending Mother's Day at home? Are you going to visit a mother? Is someone coming to visit you because you're a mother? Have you got your presents and gifts and things sorted for Mother's Day? Oh, I should probably, see that's going to really stick and I don't want it to tear up my paint. So sometimes I'll just put this on my skin and rub it back a few times to make it not as sticky, but it still keeps the stencil in place. I'm just going to have to refresh this page because I'm not seeing my comments coming up on my computer, which is a lot easier to see than way over there in the distance on my phone. Okay. I'm using a white because I think white will stand out really nicely against that denim background. When you're stenciling, I often use contrasting colours so that you can, here we go. Oh, sorry. Essential Stencils popped the supply list up there so that you can see where you can get those from. Here's the colour Cotton. It's just a normal white. Yeah, it's best to use contrasting colours. So that the words really stand out against. I'm just going to have to pop these in my sink because I didn't bring my bucket. I usually have a bucket on hand with paintbrushes in it. All right, so I'm going to be using one of our Essential Stencil brushes here. So I can find that's a good size. This one's the 5/8 inch brush. These come in a set of 4 and you can get them right there on the Essential Stencil page. Who is new here and has never stenciled or has never stenciled before? I'd love to know that too. Oh, now I'm seeing your comments. Oh, Janice, I'm so sorry. You've got a sick granddaughter. So plans have changed for the weekend for you, and oh, that's great. Jean says kids come over and bring a light breakfast. That's lovely. Lots of craft vendors. That's a fun idea. Okay, so I'm just using my paint. Let's see if I can get that in the shot because I've got cardboard just sitting here. This is what I'm working on, my dining table. And we've got one of our old moving boxes just as my drop cloth. So I'm just offloading the paintbrush, the stencil brush. Yeah. I just want to remind you that we're giving away prizes at the end of our live. 3. Always 3 lucky winners. And if you're watching the replay, you can comment the word replay and there's a chance to win a prize within the 24 hours after the live. Okay, let's start right here. Because I have offloaded the brush with mostly all the paint, I can then just go and swirl because there's hardly any paint on the brush, and that's just the best way I find to get the paint in there and all over the surface. Another little dip. Some of the larger letters take a little bit to fill it up. Donna says she loves the Essential Stencil brushes. Yay. Oh, who's that? Rick? Debbie McCarthy. First time watching. Love all of your helpful tips. Thank you so much, Debbie. So glad you could be here. If you join the Essential Stencil, like get their notifications, you'll be notified every time they go live. So I think you just have to go to your settings up, I think it's the 3 little dots if you're on the phone, up the top near the Essential Stencil page when you're on their page. And you go get all notifications and then you'll be able to see when we go live. And there's 5 days in the week and 5 lives. There's a live every weekday or weeknight. And my time slot is usually the same time every week, 7 p.m. CST, Wednesday nights. So it's Thursday right here, right now in Australia. And oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. For those of you, obviously this is a really difficult time of the year, sometimes Mother's Day and Father's Day and some of those significant occasions for those who've lost loved ones and lost their mums. So hearts going out to you all, and thank you guys so much in the comments for sharing your love to those ones who are commenting that they've lost their mums. That is a sad time. I am going to be going on a getaway with my husband this weekend, so I'm looking forward to that. So up in the mountains, well, not really, on the hills. Okay, someone's just said that they've brought the brushes. That's great. Yeah, someone else is loving those brushes too. Yeah, I just do a little wiggle, swirl, smush. Who else is crafting this weekend? What are we at? Wednesday night. So we're halfway through the week, I suppose. Yeah, look at everyone in the comments raving about their brushes. So if you missed the first part of our live, I was showing you how you can get that faux denim look, and if you look under here you'll be able to see it. I'll show you in a minute, but I've got an example here of the 3 different colours that we've experimented with creating a denim look. So we've kind of got the crisscross weave going on there. Trying to catch up on all your comments, you guys. I love the conversations that we have in our comments, and I love going through afterwards and reading some and answering your questions. So if you do have any questions or want to know where I've gotten certain things from, I'm happy to share with you my Amazon shop link, or if you go to Amazon you can just find me at I Restore Stuff there. Excuse me. I think this is actually a nice verse to have for a Mother's Day thing where family tends to get together. They broke bread in their homes and ate together with glad hearts. It's really good that around the world we are now, some of us, starting to be able to just be able to gather together again. It's been a tough couple of years, hasn't it, for so many. Okay, I feel like I've done this a little bit thicker in some parts than others, and like I had a bit more on my brush when I did it there. But you just keep offloading. Whenever you dip your brush in, I sort of tend to wipe it off and then offload it. I like these little, I think they look like wheat. This sign would look great above the kitchen table, in the dining room. I have a bread box actually that my father-in-law built, and I've painted it white with a wood, you know, what do you call the roller door of those bread boxes? It's actually gorgeous. So I think that I'll take my picture of my sign, because I always take a picture of the finished project, to post it up on my Instagram stories and post it up on my Facebook page. So check out my page later at I Restore Stuff on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, wherever you like to hang out. And I'll have a picture of this posted up there after our live when I can get it styled nicely. I'll pop a picture up on my page so you can see it there, and I also like to put a post in the Stencil of the Month Club group, so you can look forward to that there. Okay, now for our little wheat leaves. What do you call them? Wheat stalks, I suppose. And this is a verse found in Acts chapter 2, verse 46. And we're nearly done, guys. Beautiful, with a beautiful denim background. Hopefully this stands out really well. Now you could do another coat of that if you feel like that your lettering hasn't stood out as much, because sometimes when you're doing white over a dark color, you might need to go over with the second coat. So if you missed this earlier, we're showing you how to get this denim look, and there's like a washed denim look here, and then we've done it like a black denim look. Just trying to shine it so the light is in the best place. And we've done that with the background on this sign here. So let me see right now. So anyway, there you go. I think that turned out pretty well. And here is our finished project. Let me see if I can pop you up a little bit. Oh, it's always a big lean to get over there. Sorry about the shine on my glasses. I can probably take them off for a minute. There we go. So how is that? And now I will probably go over that and do the sides. I don't know. I think it kind of frames it nicely too. So maybe I should leave that white on the sides. What do you think? Let me know in the comments what you think we should do that. Well, Essential Stencil is going to be picking some winners any minute now. We almost made it to 300 guys watching us live. If you did miss the first part, I don't know if you can see. Let me get that really close. And let me see if I can get that real close. So you can see that denim look in the background. That's what I was going for, kind of a faux denim look. But there's also another way of doing that by actually pressing real denim onto your paint as it's still wet. But that's what we did today. And I showed you a few different ways or colors that you can do that with right here. And let me just see. Oh, thank you, Donna. She says it turned out awesome. Yeah, someone else is saying leave the sides white, leave it the way it is. Yeah. Someone else, Lou wants me to do the blue on the edges. Okay, well I have to decide. You'll have to come and follow me on I Restore Stuff on my Facebook page to see what I decided, or on my Instagram. I'll post it there as well when I take my pictures later. Thank you, Linda. Linda says she's seeing my live for the first time. Love the denim and the verse. Yeah, it's a great verse, isn't it? And so hopefully, mums out there, happy Mother's Day to you for this weekend. So that's going to be amazing. I don't think, have we got the comments there from Essential Stencil? We're looking for prize winners. Let me know if you see prize winners. While we're waiting for that, happy Mother's Day to all the mums out there, and I hope that you have a lovely time with your family breaking bread together in your home. This would be a great sign. If you're still looking for a last minute Mother's Day present, don't forget that the other part to this sign was on the other side was another gorgeous family related sign. Bless the food before us, the family beside us, and the love between us. Amen. So it's like a prayer. So isn't that cute? That's adorable. All right, let me just see if we've got some winners. Have we got winners, guys? I can't see them on here. No, I don't think we do. So we're waiting for prize winners. That's okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Mary says happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, and all the mothers out there. I'm loving the comments. And let me see. Yeah, Essential Stencil. We were waiting for some prizes. Ready? Drum rolls for everybody. It's a gorgeous color. I really am looking forward to actually trying something in this paler denim wash. I don't know, what other colors did you guys think of for doing denim with? And then there's the black as well. That kind of turned out okay, but I think it doesn't look as denim-y. I'm actually wearing black jeans today, and the denim on that kind of has a faded denim look, so maybe I just needed to actually scratch some more with the brush, and using a bit more of a straw brush. I think that would work as well. So don't forget, guys, if you're watching the replay, to comment the word replay even after this live finishes. Comment again, and you might win a prize second time round, because in the next 24 hours Essential Stencil will pick another prize winner. So there is our project for today. And I'm trying to think about what I'm going to do next week, actually, while we're waiting for prize winners. And I don't know if I'll do this next week, but I'm thinking of making a clock in one of our lives soon. And I've got also some really cute canvases that I've made well, it's recycled. Let me show you. They're right here. So I'm not sure if I'll leave this for another live or do it on my page, but I've just gotten some old canvases, and I've probably done this before on a live as well. So this used to be just a canvas art, and I tore off the canvas and stained the wood, and then I create just a backboard for it, paint it white, sit it behind there to make a lovely farmhouse sign. So that works really well for some of these mini signs. So sneak peeks on some things that are projects that I've got in the works. So I am working towards a market that my daughter has for her school at the end of May. And so that's coming up. It'll be coming up quicker than anything. So I can't wait for that. And so my daughter, she actually makes scrunchies and things like that. So if you're on Instagram, you can follow her at November by Tori. And she loves to create. She's a sewer. She's always creating something. So she has, she's going to be selling her scrunchies and things at the stall. And so I'll be selling lots of signs and paints and things like that. All right, we've got some winners, guys. Let us see who they are. Put my glasses on so I can see. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I love hanging out with you, and it's so good to be at the end of the live and actually be able to look through your comments and say hello. And I will go through, if you've got any other questions in there, let me know. All right, we do have, guys, did we make 300? We've got a bonus winner today. I must have missed that. We must have gone over. All right, congratulations, Diane Siebert, June Traweek. I'm not going to try and say last names, all right? Diane, June, Linda, and Kathleen, you're our bonus winner today. So thank you for those 4 people. If you didn't win, be sure and watch the replay and comment the word replay, and share this live with a friend who you think might like that faux denim look that we've created at the back there. If you missed the beginning, go check out the start of our live, and I'll show you how to do that. And also don't forget to check out the rest of our live videos in the video section here at Essential Stencil. Use my code I Restore Stuff, get your 10% off today for any of these stencils that we used or anything else in the shop, the brushes, the little wood tags, all the things. See you next week. Happy Mother's Day. Bye. Oops, I'm turning the live off on my computer, but you're up here.